And welcome back to Panzer Scenario 37, delay in action at Ernage. We're up to turn 18, yes, 18, um, with our playthrough. We're getting close to the end here, and the Germans are really now starting to really take advantage of their situation of opening up the left flank of the French over here and trying to get units off the board to get rid of victory points for the French and trying to make sure they don't lose any more units to cause problems here. So if you remember in the last turn, we had a rush for the door. Our first units got off, got some victory points, got about 125 points for those, which was a big help. That brought us very close to what the French have. Just taking a look, I haven't shown you the losses here, but let me just show you the loss count over here so far. You can see here we've lost quite a few units here. We've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 Panzer IVs, so that's pretty significant right there. And we also lost the headquarters and the forward observer for our Panzer Grenadier Company, which hurts. And then, of course, we lost a recon unit and then a half-track unit there as well. So that's kept the French in the game pretty good. Now you can see the French losses over here. They've lost quite a bit in terms of H-35s. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 H-35s gone, 2 S-35s, 3 S-35s, excuse me, 3 S-35s. Couple of AT guns here, 3 AT guns, trucks, etc. over here as well. So sizable losses for both sides on this, and that's what's kind of kept them in the game. They also had a bonus here for keeping us off the board. We're about to get rid of that bonus for the French, and that'll actually tip the game back into our favor. But we want to try to get more points as well as to save these units here from being overrun by the remainder of the tanks. French tanks here down to the south. So let's get to it. So as usual, I've checked the spotting already. I set my commands. You can kind of see how we're going to go. We've got some units over here that are in move commands. They're going to be dashing off the board. We've got 2 Panzer IVs over here providing kind of a side defense to this H-35 that's creeping up from the south over here. So they'll engage them before they take off on there. Not sure if anything else is going to take off to try to come up and get us. And even then, they're pretty slow tanks. They're 2s and 3, 2 Ts and 3 Ts. So it's going to be tough for them to catch up. So you know, we'll see how we do. But we've also got infantry back in the town, which they could go after, either by shooting at them or slowly working up to close assault them, as well as this infantry back here. So we want to try to get them loaded up, get them moving here as well, which that's why I've got move commands over here. For the French, as usual, we won't know until they become activated as to what their commands are going to be. Makes it a little bit more difficult for us to know what's going on here. We'll also start off with our air attack. We still have our airplane to go after this truck. We're going to try to blow up that truck to get a few cheap points and kind of go from there. So with that, let's get to it. So first off, the initiative, we've got a +20 for the Germans, rolling a 70, gets us a 90. We'll fire first and move second as the Germans. So first off, for our air attacks, we're going to bring on our HS-123, and he's going to go after the truck right here down below. It's going to be kind of the same thing as what we had before. We're going to check for the truck's command. Also 96. He's going to get no command. They're pretty much cowering there. I think the driver's jumped out and run into the trees, being strafed a couple times already. So here comes, again, 55 or greater is going to destroy him. 30 to 54 is going to suppress him. Roll of 14. Okay, that's another miss. So they'll move off. I think we've got just one more turn with them. So now indirect fire. No indirect fire because actually our two mortars have move commands, so they're going to get off the board. And so we'll go right to the German direct fire. So direct fire is only 2 units. So there's two T-34s. What am I thinking there? Two Panzer 4Ds are going to try to engage this H-35 down here, over here. So the first one's going to be the command Panzer 4D, taking a shot at him down here. So we're going to check for the command. Rolls a 73. They're going to be shooting back, of course. So he's got about a 50% chance of hitting him with his shot. So here's a shot. Rolls a 14. That is a hit. All right, that's good. So hit location. Rolls an 8, which is front hull. Penetration is going to be 8 to 8. So we're going to go with a variable penetration roll. See if it goes up or down. Roll a 6 and a 2. So that reduces it by 1. So there's no penetration. So the shot ricochets off and is a miss. So then we'll go on to our next one, 301, right behind him. It's going to do that same shot, 50% chance of hitting him. Rolls an 84. So that is a miss. So they both missed on there. That's not good because that H-35 can penetrate their armor. So we'll see what happens here. Oh, actually, they should be also spot fire. We'll just change those up right there. There we go. And now we will move on to the French direct fire. So we know we got one right here. So we'll have this guy shoot back, and he's going to, of course, engage the closest one, which is going to be the command Panzer 4D. He's got a 45% chance of hitting. Rolls a 61. That's a miss. So our little shootout over there winds up to be not much of a shootout, as shells ricochet off and shots missed. So moving along, we've got another H-35-105 right here. He's going to look for his command. Rolls an 86, which that would be a no command, but at this point they got to take every shot they can get. So he's actually going to fire. Try to go after this infantry in the town. That's the closest one, because these are actually out of range for him. So they're going to take a shot at this infantry, either the heavy machine gun or the two infantry squads over there, depending upon the dice roll. So let's see. Rolls a 2. He's going after the heavy machine gun. So looking at that, he's going to need a 82 or greater to be effective. That will destroy the machine gun. And 56 to 81 to suppress them. So their shot is a 26. That is going to be a miss. So they're okay. Machine gun's okay. Moving along to the S-35 over here, 202. It's the only one left. He's actually going to get a fire command. He's going to try the same shot at those guys in the town. He's going to shoot at 303. That's going to be one of the rifle squads, that one right there. So his shot is going to be 82 or greater, is going to be effective. 56 to 81, suppress. Rolls a 90, that's a hit. So that reduces that squad and suppresses them. So he's flipped over and he is suppressed. So they didn't get any points for that, but that's not good. We can't keep up with that because we're going to lose squads and then lose victory points. It's a narrow margin as it is with what we've got, and we don't want to give more points to them if we don't have to. So so that takes care of those units that have the ability to fire. Now we're going to move along to the move phase and check to see what the AMD 35 is going to do down here, because he doesn't have anything to shoot at. So he's either going to either move or overwatch, and he's actually going to overwatch. He's not going to move because they are in a defend position. So some of you may say, well, he should probably take off over here. He's got nothing to shoot at. Well, it all depends on the command structure. I put it to you this way. There's a lot of stuff going on, and you don't know what they're thinking, and that's what I want it to be. I don't want it to be me dictating that because I know I'm running off the board, and they know that as well. So he's got Overwatch. Let's see what the H-35 104 is going to do. Him right here. Rolls a 38. Again, that's going to be another Overwatch. So that's all the units because he's got a no command. That's all the visible units. Of course, everything else has an Overwatch that's hidden. So it looks like we're in pretty decent shape for the movement. Let me just zoom out here a little bit as we start to move units off the board. So these guys are moving up. These tanks are moving up, the Panzer IIs. And here's my command tank coming up for the Panzer Company. And these guys are off, so there's more units off. And I think I showed you this before. I'm keeping the units that move off the board on here. So you can see more units. Now I've got 4. I've got 4. I've got 8. I just need one more unit, and we'll get rid of the French bonus. So those guys moved up, and then those guys moved up, and that should do it right there. There's the 9, 4, 7, 4, 7, 9, 10 units off the board now. So we've taken away them. So now we're actually in the lead right now. We don't have a required victory margin, so it's only a marginal victory at this point. So let's keep going with our movement. He loads up over there, and now that half track's going to start moving. He's going to move up. We've got some other units moving back and loading up. And he loaded back into his truck. And of course, they're on the road, so they can buzz down the road here quite a bit. So they get down here. You know, they're still vulnerable to this guy over here, but you know, they're going to try to race for the door. Hopefully, he'll have his eye trained on somebody else and not go after them. Continuing on here, we've got a couple more movements to go, and got this truck moving around and the half track coming over to pick up other squads to try to get them off the board. So now we move into our adjustment phase with turrets and suppression adjustment, and there's no morale and the counter adjustment, and there we have it. So there we go. We're in a really good position now. We're now leading in victory points over the French. Now, the one thing at this point to remember is that we now have a variable game end at this point, and unfortunately, I did it after I closed the logout, but it was not a 1. I can say that. It was not a 1. I know I don't have it on here for you to see, but it was not a 1, so we'll continue on to turn 19. So we still got that going. So most likely we'll be able to get these Panzer IIs off here, the command unit off. May start peeling back these Panzer IVs over here. I'd like to take out that tank first. Definitely get that heavy machine gun and the truck moving across country here. Some of these other units going here as well that are behind. And we'll see what the French can do. They're having a tough time here. They got to get themselves moving and organized. I'm not sure they're going to be able to do that and you know, get any more points. But we'll see how it goes. So that's the end of turn 18. Panzer, 4th module, Scenario 37, delaying action at Hernage. Thank you for watching. Hope you're enjoying this, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.